Boom. Alright, let's do this, guys. Gonna have a GLHF Sir called out at the start of the game by a purple Zerg player. To the bottom right side, it is from Euronix Gaming, Nerchio. And he is going up against the red Terran player to the bottom left hand side, throwing out the GLHF God to his opponent. From Millennium, it's MarineLorD. Alright, guys. Wow, look at this. Nerchio. Little Fro. Never heard that one before, actually. How have I not heard that before? Look at this. MarineLorD is a good guy, not playing Overwatch. He's got the passion for StarCraft, man. Alright, so we set up into this best of 5 MarineLorD and Nerchio, a rematch from the grand finals of DreamHack Valencia. Obviously, not quite so prestigious a tournament right now. As these guys continue to chat away in the in the chat. Nerchio calling out the French, man. Alright, gonna see MarineLorD here is actually gonna open with the Reaper Intercommand Center, very standard as we've seen from him previously today. We've seen a lot of different builds. This time he's gonna go for the double racks opening. So gonna go for the double racks opening here. Again, he's been using a lot of different builds on different maps. It'll be interesting to see how the series pans out from him. Nerchio, obviously we didn't get to see his ZVT yet today. We didn't really get to see it much in the qualifiers for this event either. He's always been kind of a big sort of roach into like roach with melee upgrade kind of player. He was sort of the Nerchio, dubbed the Nerchio style, even kind of the fast ultras play at the start of Legacy of the Void. So we'll see how he wants to play today. We'll see. I mean, there's actually been a big switch in the metagame recently back into sort of Ling Baneling playstyles, and those Ling Baneling playstyles are, you know, they're working quite well. And in fact, I can't actually think of the last time I really saw a Roach Ravager in ZVT, which sounds a bit ridiculous, but in the games I've been casting recently, there's been no Roach Ravager games, so we're really intrigued to see what exactly Nerchio's sort of game plan is going to be. I mean, maybe he plays Roach Ling into, or Ravager Ling into, you know, maybe he plays like Ravager Zergling into like something along the lines of, you know, just fast ultras again, like we know he likes to do. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here, so let's see what happens as we set on up into game number 1. Of course, we know MarineLorD's build order for the early stages here, and I'd actually be sort of surprised if he changed away from the double engineering bay build order, which he's been using up until now as well. You know, he goes into the kind of double medevac stem drop, then he drops the double engineering bay and goes for like the macro follow-up. He did that twice against Guru, so I'd be surprised here if he changed it dramatically against Nerchio, though. Maybe he goes in towards like maybe a siege tank follow-up, maybe he goes in towards, instead of a siege tank follow-up, I guess he could go into something along the lines of, what could he go for? Siege tanks, he could go for, We're going to siege tanks, he could go into like just a single engineering bay and then just kind of go 5 racks. It's a pretty popular way to follow up as well, so a few different possibilities here. We are going to see that Rotron coming down from Nerchio, so not looking to be a Ling Baneling playstyle, at least from him, in the very early stages of this game, so maybe something a little bit fresh compared to the TvZ we had earlier today, which was, of course, MarineLorD versus Guru. If you're just joining us, then this is the winners match now, guys. The winner goes into the quarterfinals. They'll be joining Alive, Elaser, Snoot, and Keen in the quarterfinals, who advance through Groups A and B, respectively. Who will be the first to advance through Group C? Again, it's either going to be MarineLorD or Nerchio. It's going to be another Terran or Zerg player, man. Protoss feels bad, man. Oh, God. Is the Protoss players ever going to have a good day? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, because right now Strange didn't look too hot against Nerchio. But yeah, I mean, so basically, this is kind of Group C. This is the winners match. So far today, MarineLorD took down Guru 3-1, and Nerchio took down Strange 3-0. As we set on up, we're going to see Widowmine on the way out right now from the factory. You're going to see that double medevac drop starting up, and there's the double engineering bay, there's a single Widowmine, and the third medevac to be, well, continue to pressure as the game goes on. So medevac's just going to be starting loading here. Nerchio has supply. He's got 10 roaches that he made earlier, so 10 roaches should be enough to fight against these Marines. You can see him already coming in here and kind of pushing this back. Well, they're on the way from Nerchio without any evolution chambers. Oh, okay, he's got 1 Evo. He starts with a Carapace upgrade. Okay, so Carapace upgrade is interesting to begin with. Obviously, with Carapace upgrade, you can play Ling Roach. You know, Carapace benefits both Flings and Roaches, so he's sort of keeping his options open here. So likely that we see kind of maybe a Vixen move still. Sun coming down. You'll see some Marines moving forward, so you're going to get rid of a few creep tumors. And then we'll lift up and drop into the main base. As we're going to see Marine will just unloading again, and again seeing what else he can get up to. So Marine's going to unload Marines. And we'll start to be healed up by these medevacs. Going down to the side, doesn't quite find anything, and just going to lift up once again. So medevac's going to lift up once more. And back away over to the left-hand side. MarineLorD going to unload once again. Over here now, this is the same time. This time he actually drops his third medevac in a bit of a different location. So last time against Guri, he was actually joining the medevacs up together. This time he's going to drop into the third base instead. So MarineLorD's actually doing good damage for this. Look at this, he's cleaned up a couple of queens already, a couple of roaches. He's still doing some damage as he drops back into the main base. Keeps on dragging Nerchio's army around, stims in, sees those roaches, picks up and leaves again. And you're going to see just the Widowmine still left over here. Spore Crawler building. I wonder if Nerchio knows the timer on that Widowmine. I mean, he knows it's there. If MarineLorD's paying attention, he could definitely target that onto some drones to kind of maximize the damage which he gets done. It's just going to go off on the Roach, but actually it goes up to 4 workers killed with it, so it's still pretty effective. And now MarineLorD also picking away at a couple of Overlords, so just finding openings to get damage done. Oh, no way, this Overlord survives, 1 hit away from death. We're just going to be seeing still this double drop to the south side as well. Also looking to find an Overlord is also not going to be able to kill this off in time. We're just going to be seeing Nerchio obviously knows where Overlords are safe. And he is going to be able to keep them alive for now. First command center going to lift up. That's going to move into location over here. Armory is continuing to build. We're going to see the 1-1 upgrades out of our Terran player continuing to come up right now as well. MarineLorD going to be just coming in with these Marines and looking to see what he can get up to next. Just continue to set up into this now then, as we see Marines continue to kind of get set up and ready to go. So still just kind of on the map and ready to harass. We see the third CC dropping down again behind this. MarineLorD already has his 1-1 upgrades finished and don't know where his 2-2 is yet. Armory is finished, just waiting for the money. We see Nerchio making a few more roaches, a few more lings. He is actually going to commit into now after his +1 melee. But look at this, big attack across the map, and MarineLorD is not immediately in a position to defend this. Going to lose 1 tank very quickly, and so Nerchio, with a big counter-attack here, is catching MarineLorD very unprepared. A lot of tanks sort of spread out, but not in the right locations, and tanks are starting to fall over the place. MarineLorD misses lifting that tank up as well. He is fighting in the main base with some units, but he's taking so much more damage than I think he's going to end up doing here. His third base is taking damage as well, and we saw this against Guru. He was very late to lift his third base, so it might just burn down. He is starting to get a few more drones killed towards the third base, and the natural as well. He's still around here, but one of the medevacs goes down. Transfuse comes in. Nerchio now fires down that medevac as well. So this drop play will be shut down completely. At the third base, he's done some good damage, though 20 workers to 23 lost. 42 SCVs to 33 drones remaining, and MarineLorD hangs on. Third command center stays alive. And well, I didn't think MarineLorD was going to survive that in any way, shape, or form, but in the end, he has. So, in the end, he kind of keeps himself alive and he keeps himself going, but can he hold off another wave of roaches? He lost so many tanks in that first fight that he doesn't really have that sort of strong kind of backing to his army any longer, and this is going to be maybe the biggest problem for him, because without the tanks in high enough numbers, these roaches are not afraid to attack forwards. And you can see it right now from Nerchio. He's going to start, well, coming through this little bit of a choke point, but it doesn't really matter because he just has so much. And Nerchio is going to be taking game number 1 of this best of 5 series, as we see roaches, Ravagers continue to trade here. A couple of files going up into the sky, tanks dodge away. I mean, tanks still on the high ground trying to do something, and we'll stay alive a little bit longer. And I mean, maybe they survive, but the thing is, so much more damage is being done here. I mean, third base is actually building, mining once again. Well, actually, a few AFK SCVs is not mining, but I'm sure Nerchio will check this on his way out. And you'll find a few more SCVs, and behind this, he's been droning heavily himself, so he's into a good economy of his own. And you can just see here, just going to pick up a few more workers. It's going to be taking up, if he gets every single one, and put him to 30. So he actually backs away from that. Not going to chase too far up that side in case he gets cornered by some tankovacs. And Nerchio looks very, very good here in game number 1 of this winners bracket match in Group C of the Wardi Open round of 16. These roaches pulled back over to the right, and we are going to be seeing +2 weapons starting up now from MarineLorD. So +2 weapons starts up for him, and we're just going to be seeing a +2/+2 melee upgrades coming in as well right now from our Zerg player. Infestation Pit dropping down, Lings and Ravagers continuing to rolling out here, so more You know, it's just coming out from Nerchio. I mean, he's going to have plenty to deal with any sort of counterattacks from MarineLorD at this point, to deal from anything from MarineLorD, really. MarineLorD coming across the map with a few Marauders and a couple of Marines. He's going to drop them up in towards the main base and see what he can get going for himself. And loading here with everything, and we'll stim forwards in a moment or two. 3 Marauders and 2 Marines. How much can they get done? Well, let's see. Not very much, I don't think. Zerglings come in very quickly as a reaction, and MarineLorD, he's building up over 2 bases right now. He can't put his 3rd base down in location because he knows he can't defend it. And Nerchio still just looking so good here. A couple of infestors on the way, starts up his hive tech, so he continues to set up into absolutely everything he needs as the game goes on. I mean, he'll just kind of get into a better and better position, whereas MarineLorD, you know, it might not be kind of in a horrifically bad position right now, but it's not brilliant for him. It's definitely not brilliant for him, as we're going to see these 3 medevacs going to the side, Liberator with them. I see a little bit of a drop into the main base here to try and get something done. So 3 medevacs going to come in, start to unload. This Liberator will be thinking about sieging up, and there it is. Liberator sieges. You see the medevacs. Ooh, medevacs take a lot of damage there, but he does keep them alive. Liberator goes down pretty quickly to the top side, and Marine is going to find the 4th base of Nerchio, as well as MarineLorD trying to stay in this, getting his own 3rd base set up. I mean, drop to the top side is going to be, well, pretty important to get something done there, but Roach's Ravagers in position again. This attack over here actually picks off an Infestor, which is nice, and that's a pretty good start. Then he lifts up and backs away again. Infestors will be getting higher on energy, though. If he hits a fungal growth onto those medevacs, well, that could be deadly, as we're going to see MarineLorD keeping them spread out. He knows that fungal growth potential, and Nerchio, he smiles, he realizes what MarineLorD's doing. Nerchio not going to drop a fungal on any of those, so MarineLorD going to be able to get it away, and, well, that's a little bit of a victory for him. Maybe one of the best victories you'll find at this point of game number 1, because again, he is still hurting, although, well, I mean, he's down 25 army supply against a roach-based army. Maybe if he attacks now before Ultras come out, he has an okayish sort of opportunity. You know, like an okayish chance. I don't really think so, but I think it's the best chance you'll have. As Nerchio says, moo. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Oh my god. Nerchio nails the moving medevac with a couple of biles. He shuts that down. And MarineLorD, a little bit more damage taken here. That's another drop cleaned up, and Nerchio now maxed out with 6 ultras pop in very soon as Adrenal Glands comes up. As Chitinous Plating finishes, this will be Nerchio attacking across the map into the Terran player and really just looking to put an end in number 1. As scan comes down, some of these creep tumors starting to be cleaned up here. So some of the creep being cleaned up, pushed away. Units are going to join up together again from MarineLorD. As we're going to see those couple of overlords heading off over to the left-hand side. So a couple of overlords heading off over to the left side here. Nerchio's just going to get ready to take a 5th base. It's this sort of stage of the game where he's so, you know, it's so late and he's so comfortable. He even feels as though he can take this base, which is not usually taken by a Zerg in these positions on Frost. As we're just going to be seeing the Ultras getting ready to go. Chitinous Plating is about to kick in, so it is go time for Nerchio more or less. He's got the Ravagers to help take down the low number of Liberators here. And he's just going to wait, and here we go from all angles. There's a little bit of a wall for him to get through. But the Ultras go up this ramp. The Zerglings stream on in. The Roach is coming in as well. The Ravagers are a little bit late to join in because they're actually stuck at the back. But well, Fungal Growth goes down on some tanks here, and you can just see that Nerchio has way too much indeed. A few more battles onto those Liberators would be appreciated, and he actually misses those. But MarineLorD going to type out anyways. He knows he's too far behind. GG. Nerchio. Let me know if you're cheering on the red Zerg player to the bottom right-hand side of the map from Euronics Gaming, Nerchio, or if you're cheering on the French player to the top left-hand side in blue from Millennium, MarineLorD. I'm just hoping for good series, really. I mean, that's pretty much as an event organizer. I mean, as an organizer, obviously sometimes you want certain players to win because certain players bring more hype and stuff like this. But at the end of the day, I think as long as there's good games, as long as there's an entertaining sort of match to watch, I think it's I think it's going to be I think it's always kind of fun. I think you're very happy to sort of see anyone and everyone. So setting up into this second game now, setting up to see how things are going to go. And for the start, it's going to be a pretty standard opening. Hatchery first, gas pool from Nerchio. MarineLorD just looking for a very standard Reaper Expander as well. We have recently seen a lot of players in the Terran race sort of going in towards gas first Reaper expands. Allows you to go into a factory nice and quickly after, but we're actually yet to, today so far haven't seen a opening from MarineLorD which has been racks into factory. That wasn't like a... Yeah, well, we haven't actually. I mean, what did we see against Fury? We saw him go 2-1-1 push, we saw him proxy Reaper, and then that was a factory, but that was a bit different obviously because it was proxy, and then 2-1-1 again, and 3-axe Reaper. So we haven't really seen MarineLorD really looking to follow up with factories at all today, and maybe it's just because he doesn't want to play like that. I feel as though if he did want to follow up with a factory, he would have been opening with the kind of gas first Reaper expand, because it does just kind of line up a little bit more neatly. As we'll see, this second rack's coming down here. So MarineLorD once again going to be setting up into the same build order as in game number 1. So doing the exact same as what he did in game 1. I was going to see a reactor coming down, and this first Reaper starting to head down towards the bottom right hand side. So this Reaper is going to be heading down towards the bottom right. And MarineLorD will just have a little bit of a look to see what he can get up to, of course. Dance with a few Zerglings, try and get some damage done onto the drones as well. Arol 11PL in the chat, cheering on Nerchio, a Polish flag as well. I think we got a lot of Polish fans in here. Seems to be more Polish fans in here tonight than French fans. At least that's what it seems. I see a lot of Nerchio cheers, not many for MarineLorD. Do let me know what you think, guys. We're going to see the third hatchery coming down from Nerchio. So third hatchery comes down from Nerchio. You're going to see Zerglings starting to work their way through these rocks to the right hand side. Obviously he wants to open up the map for himself. Open it up and just kind of stop any aggression coming into the side that he can't necessarily run through and stop. As we're going to be seeing just a single drone get picked away at there. And what's he killed so far? 3 Zerglings. Sorry, he just killed some Zerglings. I thought he killed the drone, which he committed into on the natural. But actually, look at this. The drone actually swaps places with a drone in the main base, just so it's nice and safe and not going to go down to anything. So going to be seeing the Reaper popping back up, and you're just going to be seeing what else he can get up to. Drop a grenade down, and we're going to see now actually the drone does go down. So he thought he was safe in the main base, but he really wasn't. The Reaper finds a way to kill him off there, and MarineLorD just going to back away off to the right hand side with that Reaper. We see what some Zerglings still working their way through these rocks, so rocks still taking some damage. A couple of queens being added on still as well. I'm just going to be seeing a cancel on the bunker, I think that was, and now some supply depots starting to be added too. The other guy's going to pop back up, and again just trying to do some damage onto this queen, backing away up the right side. I'm just going to be seeing, well, what else is going on? Evo chamber, double Evo chamber coming down from Nerchio. So double evolution chamber from Nerchio right now, to see these queens just join up together with the drones and Zerglings, and again look to see what else they can do. Reaper still moving around here from MarineLorD as well, as we see the 2 medevacs coming up for him. We know what his build order is going to be at this point, of course. We know it's the 2-1-1 push, so he continues to set up into this. Marines are ready to go across the map, load up and join some action. You'll see this Reaper just seeing what else he can do, and doesn't quite get another drone kill before the Reaper goes down. So Reaper goes down here, and the next thing that'll be happening will be these medevacs moving across. Melee upgrades starting up from Nerchio, so maybe a bit of a different playstyle to what we've seen earlier, as we're going to be seeing the spawning pool, and just the spawning pool as his production structure here early on. Obviously Ling Queen is more than enough to defend against these initial medevacs, but it looks as though it'll be a kind of a Ling base follow-up as well, probably some Ling Bane. So Nerchio kind of changing up his playstyle between the maps here. You see those Marines unloading here pretty quickly. And just coming on in, scan to get rid of a creep teammate, just slow things down, picks up and gets out of there. One Marine goes down, but that is about it, as these Marines going to unload from the medevacs once again. And just again look around to see what's going on. Obviously again MarineLorD just continues to move around with these 2 medevacs and continues to try and see what else he can get up to. Marine's going to start unloading. There's a 3rd medevac here now as well, so this time he's going to join everything up together. And he's going to start moving down into position here just to try and get more done. I mean, Nerchio hasn't really made too many more lings. He's got a few more on the way now. The Wind Mine behind this is actually really nice because he can fall back to the Wind Mine just to stop the Zerglings from chasing. And again, he's going to deny quite a lot of creeps, but he's actually going to get a pretty good position towards the ramp here. He's going to stem in and look at that. He's going to force them lings to choke up. And I wouldn't mind moving a little bit further forwards as well right now. So I wouldn't mind moving a little bit further forwards here. More Zerglings in production, and Baneling that's been added on too. Overlord just going to sit overhead as we see, well, MarineLorD. He's got his third CC building. He's got his double upgrades in play. He's not changing up this build order at all, playing the same old stuff right now. I mean, this was the map this has been so far the 2 maps he did the same stuff on these 2 maps on Frost and King Surgeon against Guru, so not changing up anything from his earlier series game plan. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines starting to unload off to the right hand side, so Marines going to start unloading to the right hand side again and just getting ready to go once more. And I mean, again, that's the strength of this build. You just keep on dropping, harassing, and lifting up when the fight isn't going your way, and just allows you to trade so well throughout the entire game. As we're going to be seeing these SCVs coming in towards the third base once again. Zerglings are coming forwards here, and actually a little bit of a counter attack is going to catch MarineLorD off guard because all of his Marines are across the map. He does have a wall in the natural, but his third base is under some heavy fire. He's going to take this as an opportunity though. He's going to start moving forwards. Up the ramp isn't actually that much, so it's kind of an interesting sort of base trading sort of situation. Not quite base trading, but like it's going to be quite a it's going to be a trade on either side of the map from both players. Queens currently targeting down medevacs. He's going to get rid of 2 of them as now the Marines have to start targeting Bane as he gets all of them. And so the Zerglings are starting to go down. The Queens are disappearing. Still 3 medevacs remain. And it's going to be MarineLorD's turn to start dealing some damage as he starts to pick off some of the workers here. Only 2 killed those. The Zerglings come back home. MarineLorD has to lift up and get away. He does back away. But in the end, overall, I think Nerchio comes out a little bit ahead on that one. I mean, he killed 13 workers, only lost 2. However, he did also lose a lot of Queens. Got to keep that in mind as well. And as we're going to be seeing these units just coming back now from MarineLorD, he's going to gather together. Actually took some damage on this refinery too, as the Zerglings try to break through this position. And the refinery is actually, very weirdly on this map, part of the wall-off. More Zerglings up the right-hand side. A few Balins going to start morphing in as these Marines will find these units though. So you'll see this starting to happen. 2-2 upgrades are quite close from Nerchio. You're going to see Marines actually some more from the back starting to stem in again. He'll come into this side. He sees how many Banes this is. So he's going to lift up. He's going to start backing away from this. He's going to go back home and get ready to defend this as we see 2 Widow Mines being added on. Again, the third base is going to be fairly unprotected straight away. And so SCV's going down once again. A bunker over here is going to be somewhat crucial, I think, for MarineLorD to stop taking damage in this location. As some Zerglings and Banelings going to back away off to the right-hand side. And they're just going to escape this position right now. Widow Mines is going to burrow again and just see what else they can do. So MarineLorD setting up defensively. This was the map where actually was MarineLorD and Guru. Guru kind of took this kind of massive fight and was looking to do very well, and then MarineLorD's counterattack just won him the game. So keep that in mind here as Nerchio comes up to the top side. We'll be heading across here in just a few moments' time. I'm just going to be seeing MarineLorD well spread, and now he's adding on bunkers too. One over here I would love just to stop the easiest access into the mineral line. And just to cover that mineral line, as we're going to see the Lings and Banes just going to sit around from Nerchio. What's the resources lost like? Actually, MarineLorD's been trading pretty well here. But I think a lot of the time when MarineLorD's been losing units, it has, of course, been... when MarineLorD's been losing units, it's kind of been, you know, workers. And so, you know, Nerchio's kind of had the economy to maybe allow MarineLorD to trade a little bit better here. It's kind of expected when you play Ling Bane, you're probably not going to be as efficient a player as the Bio Terran, so... But it's just so good at counter-attacking and stuff like that, as we see. Overlord just sat over here. Here we go. Ling going to move forwards. Is the rest of the Ling Bane going to commit in as well? Looked as though he was going to for a moment or two. Medevac down at the left-hand side is going to be unloading here. And obviously Nerchio is already on a 4th base. His 5th base is now finished to the right side as well. So you can start to use that too. And move workers there if he needs to. If he's under attack in certain locations or whatever. So he's going to start moving forwards. These Marines going to get wrapped around. Medevac going to have to lift those up and evacuate them out. And actually, MarineLorD's starting to look pretty good in this game. Although that being said, you also see Nerchio just saving up money for his Hive Tech. He's got a lot of money in the bank. And that's going to be obviously for his final set of upgrades. I mean, Aspire coming down is interesting. I wonder if we see a great Aspire, if it's just for Corruptors to deal with the Liberators right from the get-go. Probably the latter here. As we're going to be seeing this Medevac still around. Sorry, I had to save my dog from eating a plastic stick. He's a bit stupid. He doesn't know what he's meant to and what he's not meant to eat. So a little bit of Ling Bane to the right-hand side, going to stay alive. And we're just going to see Marines, Marauders, a few medevacs still in the sky coming down this right side. More units through the center too from MarineLorD. Joining everything up, but actually also though we'll have Nerchio. We'll actually pull away from this from this base. We're going to see these Banelings crashing in, doing a little bit of damage. Withermine's going to keep on burrowing, and again, a little bit of Ling Bane off to this right-hand side. We're going to see a drop starting to come in towards the main base as well. Oh, this is awkward, I think, from MarineLorD, actually, to some extent. Withermine's going to start going off in the back. Big connection with big set of Banelings towards the end there. Neither player really taking kind of a victory in that, I would feel. Maybe Nerchio to some extent, because actually now he's already counter-attacking across, and MarineLorD might just struggle here to some extent to actually sort of kind of gather himself together and kind of get enough units up in the right places to kind of keep on fighting. Corruptor's going through now, and actually as Nerchio reinforces, you can sort of see that Nerchio just has so much. Banelings run on in towards this third base mineral line, and this is going to be quite the explosion. No, it's not as quite the explosion I thought it was going to be. 6 workers going down here as the Lings and Banes continue. There we go, connect on some SCVs to the side. Nerchio cleaning up quite a lot. As we're going to be seeing these Corruptors still moving around as well. So Corruptors moving around, they came in, picked off a couple of medevacs, and that's pretty standard here. The Corruptors are also helping against the Liberator count as the Ultras start to build up too. So that's pretty important as we see these Ultras are going to be joining together, and again, seeing what they can do. Chitinous plating is going to be finishing very shortly, and +3 melee is now coming into play as well. So +3 melee coming in, we're going to see MarineLorD is stimming forwards. We're going to see, well, he's just looking to see what he can get up to at this point. So, is he going to be able to fight this though? I mean, he's only got 1 Liberator, there's plenty of Corruptors obviously, and I mean, immediately he just lifts up, backs away. He can't take this fight out on the map. And Nerchio is looking very good right now as we see this Withermine coming in. Gets a shot on a single Zerglin to begin with, and here we go. Corruptors keep moving forwards. The Liberator goes down again, and I'm just going to be seeing here the Ultras still just trading. Look at this. SCV is just running into this. MarineLorD knows it's over. GG's out, and it's going to be this. He's 2-0 up, and MarineLorD has to win on Apotheosis to avoid going to the decider match. He has to win 3 in a row. It's not going to be easy, but he has to start here right now to the top left side from Millennium. It is MarineLorD. And he's already setting up with an aggressive play here on Apotheosis against the red Zerg to the bottom right from Euronics Gaming. Nerchio. But it's MarineLorD. He has 2 SCVs this time going across the map. Obviously earlier we saw him proxy a single barracks against Guru on this map. This time it's going to be 2 racks at least. So multi-racks Reaper coming on in. And MarineLorD is just going to change up the pacing of this series completely now, to try and keep himself in this. Again, down by 2 games. He has to win on here, then Galactic Process for map 4, and then on Frozen Temple in map number 5. So 2 racks start to build up, and Nerchio is already suspecting something along these lines. He's actually building a spawning pool first already. So spawning pool already on the way up here, and just setting this up. Spawning pool coming on in. I'm just going to be seeing the hatch gas behind it, so Nerchio will have a little bit of a faster queen than usual. He'll have some faster Zerglings than usual as we wait to go into the real kind of meaty part of this 3rd game when those Reapers start to hit. There is a 3rd rack, so MarineLorD 3 racks Reaper proxied. Let's see how much damage he can get done with this. So far, I mean, Nerchio hasn't seen anything. He hasn't drone scouted or so. He has sent his 2 overlords in different directions up the right-hand side, which is one of the common proxy locations. Basically anywhere kind of like around here and across here and up there and along there. Any of these positions are kind of very common proxy spots for Terran players. So, you see MarineLorD scouts in, seizes the pool first. And let's see what his reaction to this is going to be. There's the first Reaper coming out, so now Nerchio knows exactly what this is. He even sees the 3 racks as well, so he knows exactly what he's playing against. 1 Zergling around the side, we'll see what that can get up to. As the bunker starts to come in on the low ground, immediately Nerchio starts a Rotoron. Not going to invest into Zergling to speed it, we'll see him. And just continue to build up that Rotoron right now. So Rotoron starts to build. We'll see a grenade coming in, and we're just going to be seeing these Reapers continue to try and fight right here. Second Reaper coming forwards now as well, and the grenade goes down. Ooh. First Reaper actually very nearly going down there, but the first Queen taking some damage, and that's definitely nice. A few more Lings coming in to try and help out until those Roaches are ready to go. And so we're going to see this 3rd Reaper coming in right now as well. So continue to work his way through this hatchery. So hatchery continue to take quite a bit of damage. And actually, I mean, there's a bunker here as well. It's a very safe position for MarineLorD. I wonder if he actually kills off the hatchery at this rate. I mean, he very, very well may. So Reapers continue to work their way through this hatchery. And again, another Reaper coming in. Queen just pop on the low ground. We'll see if that guy's able to get to the high ground. A grenade behind it would be nice to stop it joining up with the other Queens. And we see MarineLorD going back up that ramp, but actually getting caught by the Queens. Loses 1 Reaper. And of course, that's not ideal. You want to try and trade it as efficiently as possible. in this setup with this build order that he's going for. As we're going to be seeing the Reapers again, seeing what they can do. A couple of grenades going down. Queens get blasted into this now, so they are going to be forced to sort of commit here. If a grenade comes down, I mean, the bunker is going to fall. And we will see MarineLorD having to back away from this now. So, backing away from this position, getting rid of a few more Zerglings on his way out. 3 Reapers still building at a time. No expansion back at home. MarineLorD, this wasn't kind of an economic friend, economy friendly kind of build order. He cut a lot of workers to build those racks early, and he's only on 14 SCVs right now. So, 14 SCVs at the moment is not great. He's of course going to try and build up a few at a time, but these Reapers, they really have their work cut out for them, trading well enough here to make up for this. And MarineLorD just knows it's not going to be enough. GG, just like that. And Nerchio is going